I'm Ms. Artastic, and in this episode, we're going to be drawing this super cool T-Rex. I'm so excited about this T-Rex. It's so fun. We're gonna need something to draw with and something to color with. I will be using some watercolor paints. You can use that, or you can just use whatever you feel like. So grab your art making materials and something to draw with, and let's make some art. Alright, we're gonna create a T-Rex. So we're gonna grab something to draw with, your choice of drawing medium. I'm gonna use a marker, and here we go. We're gonna draw a nice line up and over for T-Rex's eye. And then we're gonna draw one line over and then bring it back in and connect. Let's draw a bumpy line up and across. We'll have a little nostril at the top here. Bring a line down. We're gonna wave it back and up. We'll bring a line down, back to the front, curve it over, and then bring it back and kind of bend it up. For the back of the head, we'll draw a big curving line up and over and down. And then we'll draw a couple connecting curves, just like that. We're gonna have a little arm peeking out at the front, so we're gonna have a nice bending line that curves over, and we'll add those two little claws and bring it back. And then we'll draw a curving line down to that arm, then off the page, and at the back, we'll just curving line that just extends off the page. Okay, we're gonna draw in a nostril, and then we'll add in the eye. So we'll draw a pupil with a smaller dot on the inside, and we'll color the center, leaving that smaller dot white. Okay, we'll add a curving line here for the skin on the mouth, and we'll add some curving lines there as well. We'll add some bumps around the face for some texture on the skin, just with some curving lines. We'll add some wrinkles or curving lines around the eye as well. Add long straight lines along the bottom and top of the mouth. And some longer wavy lines on the bottom jaw. We'll add some stripes up the belly and more spots along the back. With some bumpy textured lines in between. We'll add some teeth with some curving triangles. And then before we continue, you can catch up to me by continuing on your design. And I'm gonna work on the never-ending painting.
It's time for the never-ending painting.
All right, welcome back to the never-ending painting, where I work on this painting a little bit every single episode. Now, if you want to see the progress on this painting, make sure you come back every single week. I post a new video to the channel every single week, and then we work on this painting for a little bit. That's why it's the never-ending painting. Last week we started off on this guy's body. I think that's a good place to continue today. And remember, we always use the primary colors to mix up all our colors on this artwork. So I just have red, blue, and yellow on my palette today. All right, I think I'm gonna give it an orange body. So I'm gonna take my some red paint and add in some yellow to mix up a bit of orange here. Give it a nice orange body. I have way too much red, way too much. It's more of a red-orange at the moment, so I'm gonna get a bit more yellow in there. Brighten it up. So instead of brightening it with white all the time, I'm just gonna add more yellow to brighten up that hue and make it a much more bright orange. And now I'm ready to add that in. Okay, so I'm pulling that around. I'm just using the tip of my brush to make a mark. And if you're wondering what these creatures are, I don't know. I have no idea what they are. We're just making it up as we go. And sometimes in art, you're allowed to do that. You can just go with what your imagination tells you in the moment. And I think that's rather nice. Sometimes you might have an idea already, and sometimes you might not have an idea at all. And with the never-ending painting, I have no idea at all. We're just making it up. I don't know what these things are. We're just gonna have some fun. And I think that's rather nice. Add a bit more blue to this tail. The sides of the body, we'll build up our layers here to create that depth and more detail in the design. Always working in layers as you work with your paints. Add some blue around these eyes to set them in farther in the face. I'll shade these eyes with blue. And that's where we're going to stop for today's painting, and I'll see you next week to continue the never-ending painting with you. All right, we're going to finish up this T-Rex with some watercolor paints, or you can use your own choice of our making mediums. I am going to use some watercolor paints, so I'm going to grab my water, I'm going to dip my brush in water, and I'm going to pick a nice T-Rex color. I'm going to use some burnt sienna. So I just dip it in that and move it around. Doesn't that look great? So I'm going to do a light color, a light wash first over my T-Rex, just building up a lighter value, and then I'll come back in and I'll add some darker values after. I just want to get some light tones in. A nice light wash, wet my paper so it's ready to do some work.
And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change, I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a name, I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame, no I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness.
And now I'm gonna come back in with some more paint, less water, of the same color, the same burnt sienna. I'm gonna pull it along and add it to areas that I want it to be a bit more intense in vibrancy. So I'm gonna make it darker, especially around this eye. that to be darker along the bottom of the mouth here. And you can, doesn't matter what art making medium you can use, you can do the same thing with your pencil crayons or colored pencils. Whatever you're using, you can do the exact same thing. Just building up your layers. Start off light. You can always add more medium, but you cannot take away. So just work up adding your layers. That looks great. Okay, I'm gonna add a nice yellow eye here. Okay, and maybe I'm gonna add some yellow here and there. Just mixing it in as a nice highlight. To add some different colors to the T-Rex, so it's not just one color. That's kind of boring, isn't it? One color. Just add some different colors. Just gonna add some yellow here and there. That's also gonna lighten without using white. And maybe I'm gonna add some red in other areas to darken with a color that's not. Ooh, that kind of looks a little bit too much red around the mouth. Hello. Let's blend that in with some water. We're gonna darken it with a red instead of using a more traditional color. And that's just gonna make it a little bit more interesting. Perfect. And once you're done, your T-Rex is done. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I post a new video every single week. And guess what? If you want to level up your art making skills, the enrollment for the Artastic Kids online streaming membership is currently open. There you'll find hundreds and hundreds of different art lessons that you can play right to your favorite device in different categories such as underwater, things that go, food, fantasy, insects, reptiles, and so much more. And you can check that out at artastickids.com. I add 5 new videos every single month. Oh yeah, so exciting. I love Artastic Kids, and you can be a member right now. Enrollment is currently open, so head on over to artastickids.com. I'll see you in the membership, and I'll also see you in next week's video where we're gonna be drawing a cookie. And I'll see you there. Bye for now, but not forever. Just bye for now, because I'll see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe.